And you're tuned in to another episode of the Black Super Friends podcast. Welcome. We're back and we're black.
Come on in. Tell a friend, man. Hey, it's the Black Super Friend.
But we're missing one.
Settle down. Wait. We missing one.
The birthday boy. Where you at?
Hey, settle down. Here comes Mr. Horace Towns. Where is he at?
Where's Waldo?
There you go. Where you at?
Oh, there it is.
Go.
Oh, he still got that dance routine.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. It's going viral tonight, baby.
Oh, you better know it. Hey, do the throw that D.
Throw that D.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah. Hey, well, you thought you was well, didn't you?
Happy Earth Day.
Appreciate you.
Happy birthday, my brother.
Hey, drinks on you, man. We celebrating.
Happy what?
Appreciate it. 40. Wait a minute, I got to tell you what 40 do.
Oh, boy, don't do no split.
You better come back with clothes on.
I'm trying to tell you.
She said she know what that mouth do.
What the 40 do?
What's her name?
Shout out to Rose for this blue.
Boss.
40.
Okay.
Shout out to MJ. Listen. 40 mean blue. Get it. Shout out to the boss, Rick Ross.
Shout out to the boss, Rick Ross.
Hey, man, we want to start out, man, and say happy birthday, Horace, man. Happy birthday, Tootie. That's what we all call you and know you by.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Appreciate you. Derek Burns, Cat. Appreciate you guys for the birthday wishes.
Hey, man. Go ahead.
Today was amazing. You know, in the sense that I can't tell you nothing I did. I had lunch with the crew over at the marina. Went to a HOA meeting for my birthday, which was a mistake. But this morning, had some phone calls. Just had some phone calls this morning. I had a phone call this morning that was, kind of enlightening. It was pleasant. So shout out. So it was a good way to start my birthday off.
Hey, man, that's what's up, man. We glad you're here, man. We glad you're here with us for another year with all the stuff going on, man. You know, birthdays seem that much special. You know what I'm saying? With all that stuff going on. So, man, we love you, and we happy that you came to see another one, man. I think Chris next, man.
Yeah, he on deck.
Back, man. I love this, man. You know what I'm saying?
The upper room.
Yeah.
Right.
Here go the toast last night I did. Another year around the sun, getting it done.
That's real, man. I wasn't here last week, man. I must say, man, kudos, man. Hey, listen, I was stuck in an uncompromising position on a goddamn plane for 5 hours. But let's just say this, man. Lost my luggage and all. And I had time to really be a fan. And I was impressed, man. Y'all guys y'all put on a good show, man. I must say, man, you guys are something else, man. I'm happy to be a part of y'all little crew, man. Yeah. Y'all held it down. Thank you for Cortina for filling in. Don't get too comfortable in my seat. You were doing so good. I was looking for the eject button. Appreciate you, sis, for coming through, man. That was some great conversation, man. And y'all guys, man, it's always good to see it. You know, because we in the moment right now. We just talking like we normally do and how we always do. But when you sit back, if you ever get a chance to look at y'all interact, and I said, man, this is a hell of a good show. I don't need nobody to tell me. I pat myself on the back on the plane like, man, we got something here, man. So y'all guys did a great job. Good job, Chris, leading the show, Horace. And even when Zay came in, he came in right on point. And really what people don't understand is that's really how we are. You know what I'm saying? It could be two of us sitting down somewhere, and the other ones will come in right on point to jump right in the conversation like they was there the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say, man, that was a good show to begin this show out. Go ahead, Chris.
Do you think I was too harsh? Because I've been getting some feedback.
Don't worry.
I think I was too harsh.
I console my brother, man. I think that y'all was beating the drum. Thank God for Cortina, because I thought attack. I seen his collar getting a little loose. He was like, he kept his composure. But I think the question was some good questions, some good feedback, and some good dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Horace.
I want to reference that part of the show as the piñata segment. I was a piñata for that moment. So, yeah. Proceed.
And I think that a lot of people don't understand that really a lot of time it's just us digging in to make sure our homeboy okay and to make sure that it's iron sharpening iron. Because with me sitting back looking at the show, I'm like, yeah, they going in. But I had a conversation with Horace, and from that show, he got a little sharper. I could see, like, no matter what, those little uncomfortable moments in life is what define us. And sometimes it's the heat that we need to form us. So, man, hey, man, it's necessary. And tonight, y'all back in it. So, go ahead and say.
I like to say that I did go over there and personally console my brother. I had a conversation with him. I made sure that he understood that there was no harm intended, but that we were just trying to make sure, like you said, that he was doing everything that he could do to be the best HT that he could be, so that y'all know, because y'all on the outside looking in, we weren't just killing him, we did go back and make sure that he was okay. We called him.
Well, I want to speak to that because I say this on the show. Any week, one of us are in that position, but we're stretching, to grow. I mean, we stretching each other to see how great we could be. A couple months back, Chris was telling me he wanted stuff in the show, and I'm like, that's kind of impossible. He didn't let me get out the hook, and that's why you see the show look much different. But most things are forged in fire, so I can appreciate that point. Some of my fans were upset with Chris, but it was good because I want him back on the hated side.
He's used to that seat. Don't worry about that.
I'm used to it. I've been called worse by better people.
Yeah,
and kicked out of better places, bro.
Yeah, everybody hates Chris. Don't worry.
No.
Hey, man, I'm gonna start the show off with a bang. Day. We just go ahead and jump on into it, man. A lot of times on the internet, even in conversation now, because of the Kevin Samuels eruption and all these guys who are like the Kevin Samuelites, the little mini-me's of him that's transpiring on the internet and really provoking conversation and giving men a voice of saying like, hey, bro, this is what men feel. And we're going to say it even if we step on some toes. I think we had a bit of that with Chris sometimes get misconstrued when he just telling the harsh crass way of saying, hey, bro, this is how we feel. And I'm sorry if it offends you, but honestly, this is how I feel. And I think sometimes, so many times you hear women say, I just want a man to be honest. Don't lie to me. I can take it. But on the reverse, a man be's honest. He doesn't lie to you, and you can't take it. So I want to ask the guys something tonight. You know what I'm saying? I tell the women just to sit back and be a fly on the wall tonight because it's going to be a little more as we go through these hell weeks. It looks like August is going to be that kind of month for us as the Black Super Friends, Iron Sharpening Iron month. So I got a couple questions because everybody know my I was finna wear my jacket, but it was in the cleaners. I had got my gold jacket around 2 years ago, and I hung up my cleats. Joyous occasion. Thank you, three guys, for participating in my ceremony. But then, since me right now on the outside looking in, sometimes I be around stuff and I have questions, and I come to y'all because I always want to be in the know-how because I'm raising a son, and people ask me questions, but I'm not single no more. So I always want to ask y'all what y'all point of view is, because what my point of view is 9 out of 10 times don't matter right now. Because on this show right now, I'm the only one that's not spoken for. You know what I'm saying? That's spoken for, really. Not spoken for. Don't let me get put out. Let me say it the right way. So I'm gonna start off with this hard question right here. I always hear men say what a woman should have, what a woman should need, and what a woman should do. Then I even hear Horace a lot of times, which is a good point. He always bring up like I don't want a woman to date me for stability. I don't want her. I don't mind being a provider, but I don't want to be your way out, your savior, your Captain Kirk. That's not what I want to be. I always hear. I heard Chris say a couple times, like, I want it to happen organically. Like, I don't want a woman to have a list, because I don't have a list. I want us to fall into each other so we can be like united as one. And I always hear Zay say, I want a woman to listen and accept me for who I am and grow together. And a lot of those are good points from a man. So I can never dispute now one of those points that y'all often make. So I want to know this. What happened when a woman don't need you financially? She can take care of herself. She's beautiful. She meets everything. Then right now, if she was sitting in the seat, how do you think that you measure, or what do you bring to the table as of right now? It's a two-part question. Like, what do you bring to the table right now? Like, if you meet that woman who you said, man, she listens, she holds her own, she don't need you for stability. She in shape, she fine, she's charismatic, she could talk, all of that. And I'm not saying to the world, I'm talking about to you, your preference. So what do you do, or what do you say when you meet her right now? The second thing is, what are your steps to get ready for her if you per se is not ready? So if you don't feel like you are ready, then I want to know what steps are you taking. And I asked this question before, but I want you to really tell me tangible steps. Don't tell me I'm working, I'm doing the work. I want to know, I want this kind of woman. This kind of woman wants this kind of man, I think. So I'm becoming this person. I'm gonna start with Zay.
I was just about to say, yeah.
Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I was about to say I would start with that one. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we had a conversation before, and I told you guys where I had a prayer, and I prayed for a certain type of woman, and God actually delivered it. I just forgot to pray to make sure that I was ready to receive that said woman. So I'm glad that you posed that question the way you did, because I also, God also bumped me into a woman that you said was financially sound, didn't need Zay for shit. And I dropped the ball on that too, for this simple reason. I wasn't prepared. So like you said, Mario, that's a good step. And guys do need to think like that, about getting themselves together. I was looking at that post that you put up in 2014. You feel me? And it's synonymous to how I feel right now. A lot of guys will put out this narrative of they need a woman to be a certain way and, yada, yada, yada. However, they do not match up. Like, what do you have to offer, bro? You don't have anything. You feel me? And we don't think about that as men when we're, putting out our quote unquote demand. So with that being said, myself, what I bring to the table outside of the money, because money is just one aspect. I'm a hustler. That comes to me every day. I really don't worry about that. That's just something that is attracted to me. But what I do bring is I bring a calmness, a peace. You feel me? Because that's all I ever desire, peace. I don't ever think that there's not a situation that can't be resolved. Most women have minor issues that are molehill issues that they make in the mountains, and they need a guy to be that provider or that protector to tell them, you know what, baby, it's all right. This is how you go about handling that. And you reassure them that it's okay. A lot of women need that. You understand what I'm saying? You also have a man's man inside of me. I'm not going to let no BS happen to you. You feel me? I'm going to protect you. I'm going to protect us. You feel me? I'm going to stand up for you. And that's a lot of guys don't know how to do that because they too cool. You know what I'm saying? I was once that guy too, so I know how to speak on that. I'm full of ideas. Like I said, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm always willing to do things, and I'm also a supporter. Like whatever it is you have going on, I'm going to be in your behind harder than you are about it, because that's what you said you want to do. And I as an entrepreneur, like that same energy back from the individual that said that they want to be hog-tied to me, because sometimes I need a swift kick in the ass. LeBron is arguably the greatest basketball player right now today. And you know what? He doesn't play all 4 quarters. Sometimes he needs to sit down and take a breather, and he needs someone else to fill in to carry him until he can catch his breath and lead the team. Well, that's what we are essentially looking for when you're looking for a helpmate and a partner.
You said some good stuff. You said, thank you, because I put that post up, and it's crazy because y'all we was going to talk about tonight, but that post it came across my line. And in 2014, that was when I started my transition of saying, hey, bro, I want to get married soon. I want to be this person, and I need to make these steps. And it's crazy because I look back at that, and then I remember the steps that it took for me to get there, and I had to understand that was a while ago. But that didn't happen overnight. That was That was a while ago. I just got married a year and 8 months ago. So that was 2014. And what Zay was saying is normally what a lot of men say. I'm good. I'm a strong man, and I bring this and I do that. But I want to know. So is it fair? So I'm saying this because you said you had two women. One woman who was financially sound. You asked God for it, but then you dropped the ball. Another woman who was like the epitome of like the helpmate, and you dropped the ball. But then what did you tweak to make yourself to say that I'm making progress to become a better man? Because what can happen is some men is, before you answer this, they'll do this. They'll say, I'm like, she got to be patient with me. I'm working. And then you didn't do nothing in 5 years. Now that woman have been patient for 5, 10, 12 years. But what are you tangibly doing to make yourself better?
Gotcha. So, case in point, the first one that I prayed for, that's out the window. That's the wrap. You feel me? That was just lesson learned. That wasn't a loss. That was a lesson learned. The second one, however, right, it actually grew me. It taught me because, see, we talk a lot of shit as men. You feel me? About what we want. God was like, all right, here you go. This girl make over $100K a year, ain't got no kids, you know, no problems. You know what I'm saying? And what was the problem? The problem was me. And what I learned inside of that is you can't deflect or project on the people. You need to, as a CEO of you have to grab life by the horns and look at your shortcomings, work on those things. Can't be in denial. What I did, what most average men do. Shit, when I realized that this motherfucker make way more money than I do and really didn't need me, I panicked. And that's just the God's honest truth. Like, shit, what I'm gonna bring to the table? You know what I'm saying? I wasn't prepared for this. Nobody didn't teach me this. And I actually shied away. I can honestly say I shied away. I was real with her about it, you know, like I'm not going to do, you know, this, that, and the other. Didn't really give a solid answer at the time as to why, but I did tell her this ain't going to work. You feel me? And it was all me. It wasn't anything that she said. You feel me? But what I did learn when we did have that conversation later on is like, you know what? You got me to understand that I got to get my affairs in order. Kind of like what you had said is what you had said about your dissertation in the 14 and how you just started to just make sure that you were a better person every day. Money is not everything. All women aren't looking for money. They're looking for personality. They're looking for a man to understand them. They're looking for somebody that they can grow with, like I always say, because the truth of the matter is what we've come to realize is not only are we individuals who are trauma filled, but so are some of these women, because the same fathers that were missing for us were missing for them too. You feel me? Or they were missing some other key component that they felt like they needed in order to be better in life. So we got to grow together, but stop looking at that. Look at yin and yang, where she's strong at or where I'm strong at. You feel me? Hopefully that's where they're weak at, so that when you come together, become one, y'all become whole and y'all guide each other. It's not a pissing contest of, oh, I make this or I'm this person or I do this. It don't matter. So like,
so right now. So right now, I'm asking you, right now you meet a woman.
Right.
Is they ready?
Zay still in the shop. But I'm better than what I was. The reason why I say that is because I'm aware of some of the things that I was not cognizant of before, that I was just oblivious to.
You know, when you put your car in the shop, you might need a whole engine rebuild. But then sometimes you might need a carburetor. But you might say, well, I can get this fixed, but I can still drive it around and come back and get this fixed. So are you drivable?
No, we drivable. You know, the do probably don't work. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to get hot from time to time.
So being with Zay right now is uncomfortable.
It is a learning experience. Yes, it definitely is. You got to learn your car, and you know that.
Right. So and it's true to tell that most people who drive AC, cars that are AC, want another car. This
is very true.
Right. So I just want
and that's understandable too.
Right.
Because at that point you want comfort, you want comfortability. Right. So if this ain't for you, I understand. But I'm also gonna continue to work on myself to get myself up to where I be. Now, you know, once I come out the paint shop and I'm shining and everything else, hey baby, don't come talking to me about, you know what I'm saying, when I was busted and dusted because I was working on myself. You can, but it ain't gonna matter. A hill of beans, you didn't stay.
But why would you? Because like right now, women who dated me in 2014 shouldn't have dated me. Like the women I was dating in 2014 shouldn't have been dating me. I was not the guy who I was then. They was dating potential. So what you saying right now is if a woman see your potential but can't hold on and wait all this time until they get ready, then that's a start against her because she know her worth?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. One of the things I'm 100% unequivocally, any decision that you make to better yourself, I'm all for. If I wasn't ready at the time that you was ready, that's my loss. You understand what I'm saying? And I got to deal with that. I never ever hold that against any person. You feel me? Because I always want to see people excel. And I'll probably be mad with myself. I won't be mad with that individual because I should have had myself in gear.
And have another chance.
There you go.
Because see, a lot of women stick around. I'm gonna get to Chris. A lot of women stick around and they go on that long road of I'm waiting on him because of potential, and they scared to lose who you could be. And then they get into a 10-year of I'm hoping you become this guy, and I know you can become this guy, but then you never become this guy. And then it's 10, 11 years. And one thing a woman just told me, it made me say this shit, like, I don't have time to waste like y'all because we can only have babies for so long.
Right.
So right now, if I'm 36 and I want another child, I don't have 10 years for you to get ready. And that was a good point. Yeah. Chris, I'll ask you the same question because you know you've been very transparent on this show right now, and then your progression right now. You meet a woman, and I'm gonna ask it to you a little different. Let's just say you meet a woman, right? Mm-hmm. And y'all been dating, and y'all been growing together. She been pouring into you. You've been digging her. What's your next step?
What's my next step? Well, see, when I'm actually, because I date and I've been dating for a while, and women ask me when was my last relationship, and I always tell them over 10 years ago, and they always shocked by that. Like, I've been single for over 10 years, and I was like, well, it's how I define single. I define single with responsibility. If I ain't got a woman, if I ain't got you pregnant, and if I ain't living with you, or I haven't introduced you to my child in that capacity, then I feel like I'm single. And over the last decade, I haven't lived with a woman, I haven't had a woman pregnant, and I haven't introduced a woman to my child like that. So, if me personally, from what you're saying is, that's the next step for me. One, introducing her to my child, having that conversation, and telling her in front of my child how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because since my child been born, it has only been me. Like when she comes to see me, it's not like she's coming to see me and my girlfriend or anything like that. So I don't know how she'll feel about that. So that's a conversation that I want to have with her, and I also want to have it with that lady. So I want to let her see me talk to this woman in this way, because she's never heard me tell a woman I love you or show affection to a woman like that. So that's the first step. Then the natural progression as far as moving in and possibly having a child. So that for me, that's my next step. Now, marriage is something that, again, I want to get as much information on, because like you said about what steps we're taking, I want to start to take those steps as far as like actually talking to married men. Like you, my uncle, who I always say is my favorite married man. You know, I talk to him, but it's not like in anticipation of doing it. You know what I'm saying? You know the conversation that you had with me before you got ready to do it. That's a different conversation of just inquiring conversation. I'm talking about, hey man, I'm about to do this, or I'm getting close to doing this, so I want to have those conversations with men, like that, those dialogues. So for me, I guess that would be the next progression step.
Yeah. Okay. That so, because I know how much Kylie mean to you, mm-hmm. and I know, believe it or not, I think sometimes your views on marriage get misconstrued, and I think you just passionate about it, and you don't look at it you don't want to take it for a marker. Like you don't think marriage is something to be lightly into or escape from. So I think a lot of times when you're questioning of marriage, that's why I don't mind answering the questions, because I think it's like you said, it's probing to understand. So you can make a good conscious decision on if this is a kind of covenant that I want to get into. And that's what I applaud. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people just get into they marry for the image of being married instead of the covenant. You know what I'm saying? So, but I want to know this. What happens if Kylie, because a person asked me this: what happened if Kylie? Because Kylie never seen you interact with a woman, and that's a shaky ground because she never seen how she never really had her favorite man show her how a woman is supposed to be treated, other than her. So do you ever think about if that affect her? Like, dang, I want my mom. You know what I'm saying? I want my daddy to have somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, dog. To be honest with you, I've always thought about it on the other end. Like, how would it affect her with sharing time? Like what you just said, I never ever thought of that. And that's good you just brought it up. Because I always thought about it on the other end. Like, how would she feel sharing her father? Seeing her father light up the same way I light up for her. You know what I'm saying? I that's why I've met women. I've met women with daughters or a daughter, but I've met women like that, and I thought I could possibly make that step, but I always thought like, well, what am my child gonna say? You know, and by not being the primary parent when she living with a mom, now you seeing me in pictures with other little girls and stuff like that. I never knew how she would feel with that, and that's always been a hindrance to me as far as taking stuff to another level with a woman. Is like, damn, what if she got a daughter? Then my daughter gonna see me will interact with a girl more than her because obviously I'm gonna be living with that woman, that woman gonna be living with me. I say it like that. So then it's like, damn, well, do my daddy love them more than he loves me because he is in pictures with them, he going here with them, you know. And then even if I think about it, even if it's a son, like, you know how I'm gonna interact if I get around a little boy, you know, as far as being a former coach and all that, I'm gonna impart a lot into that boy. So then, do my daughter feel jealous of that? So, oh shit. Okay, well, hold up. I must be lying. But so I be thinking to myself like, that's always been a problem with me, dog. I in my mind, I be thinking like whether I should just wait till she get off and go off to school and stuff, because I don't know. But what you said is interesting. Because
I think Kylie have a high IQ of understanding, and y'all relationship with her being transparent and being able to talk, I think that's a good thing, because you don't see too many men have that open ground of you can say almost anything with their daughters, and I admire that, because I was kind of like the disciplinary of mine, you know what I'm saying? Maybe because I was younger, but I do admire that, you know what I'm saying? So, and I just want to know that, because I think like you are her world. And then sometimes I remember when I that was a fear of mine, but I remember when I told Jayla I was finna marry Jaleesa, and she was like, "Good, daddy. So now you can have somebody." Like, I was like, "Dang!" So you know what I'm saying? I didn't expect that, and she was happy. Like, yeah, I'm happy. Like, now you got somebody you can settle down and y'all can get together. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, I never knew that you even was worried about. Am I gonna just go through life having women and being out here and you just not, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that was a worry of hers, and that's why I asked you that, because I was like you, I never thought about that until she said that to me once I was, you know, about to get married. That's why I wanted to bring that question.
But see, that's another part of it, dog. That's another part of it, because it's like I want somebody to make me feel that way. Like, I do anything for my daughter. People that know me, that probably don't know me as a child, but as a grown man, people say they never seen me smile as much as if I'm with my daughter. So I want my lady to make me feel the same exact way. I want them to give me that type of feeling. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always talk about it being organic. I want a woman to make me feel like I want to smile or be happy to see me. My daughter see me is like she's seeing a rock star or something like that.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to settle for nothing less than that when it comes to a woman. That's why I always go off of what I feel, dog. I want it to be something I feel. Like, I remember when I was going to church with Horace Mother's church, and I always, you know, they were telling me, I go to Bible study and stuff, they telling me I want to feel God here when I'm supposed to be feeling him here. Mm-hmm. And that's the same way the approach I think about for a relationship. I don't want it to be here. Like, I don't want it to be a checklist. I don't want it to have this. I don't want all that. I want it to be here. I want to be something that draws me to that woman the same way I feel about my daughter, because I just don't feel that way about a lot of women. So, you know, that's what I want. I want the attraction like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's some tough shoes to fill, because in any relationship with just a woman, them feelings gonna go up and down. They gonna come and they gonna go because we're gonna evolve. You're gonna have to keep relearning each other. See, with your child, me knowing you, like that's not only the love you feel for her, but the responsibility too, and the assignment. Like I'm responsible for this girl. This is a part of me. She needs to be here like that. That depth of like commitment that was forged through her having a piece of you. You know what I'm saying? So to have that kind of connection can be had. I'm just saying that's a lot to ask from another human being, but you deserve it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that's a lot.
But in my mind, I think that like, cause y'all always get on me about this, and I try to every time y'all say it, I shrug it off. But y'all always say, "Oh, he really a lover boy." You know, I always shrug that shit off. But in my mind, I be thinking like, yeah, if I find that, it's gonna be the same type of energy that I can put into my daughter. I'm gonna be able to put it into the lady that I choose to be with.
That's what I want to hear.
Like I want that. I believe that I can give that same energy, but I want that same spark.
Yeah, but that's what's gonna do it. Trust me.
You know what?
When you put that wood in that lighter fluid, it's gonna keep flaming. See, but a lot of times people want to just say, I want a spark. But you ain't got the raw, you ain't got the lighter fluid, you ain't got the stick. You know what I'm saying? When you bring all that and it go, it's gonna burn and burn. And that's the point. Like you and Kylie have a great relationship because you give a damn every minute. Every minute. Every minute you give a damn. Not sometimes you see Kylie. When Kylie make good grades, you give a damn. No, every minute you give a damn. When Kylie says something that you don't like, you still give a damn. When Kylie challenge you, you still give a damn. And I think if you take that same approach with a woman, like you can't control how much I love you. I love you. You might fall out of love me, but I love you. That's how your approach is with Kylie. Like I love the hell out of you. Like you can't stop me from loving you. Like then it's just a wildfire of love, and that's what you're talking about. Because that's what you're gonna have. I just wanted to hear you say it because it's the truth. Like once you give that, because that's what I be saying. A lot of times I know who you are, but a lot of times I just wanted to let people hear you say, "Yeah, bro, I give a lot." You are the kind of guy who talk and go on dates and encourage and all that kind of stuff right there. That's what's gonna make her say, "Shit, Chris is my king," and I want the world for him too because it's a continuous. We both give a damn. Every minute we give a damn, and I appreciate that, man. Go ahead.
I'm about to say, can I give you a flag on the play because you didn't give me that question? But
everybody got different questions.
No, it's all good now, and I respect the answer that Chris gave, but. As it pertains, because what he said makes a hill of beans of sense, and what I'm getting at is even when I was speaking about the woman that I dated, and I should have, when I spoke about the woman that was well endowed and that I could have been with, I didn't because I didn't want to become that enabler. You know, most guys will get a woman that's well off, like, oh shit, I'm on easy street, I'm straight. I did not want to take advantage of her. Is the reason why I sat back. So, like you said, that same love that you have. You know what? That's one of those things that kill you. I don't know. I think that I did what most guys do, and I sacked myself because we're the hardest critics of ourselves. When I looked at it, I did a comparison thing, like, damn, she did the thing, and I should have never ever did that. And I can honestly say that though. At that time, I just was like, shit, I can't fuck with her, and I backed up out of it. I shouldn't have. So
no, and that happened. That's good you said that. I'm finna go to Horace. Because that happens to a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes that happens.
I'm gonna come back to that, Hardy. I'm gonna come back to that.
No, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
My point is this. Right now, my wife writes books, master's degree and all that. So I feel you, but it make me hungry. It make me want to do more. That's what I'm saying. Like the easiest thing is it's because it's intimidating to say, damn, she is out here killing me. But the only thing you can do is say, I deserve this kind of woman, so let me step my shit up and then keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. And that's what I want to do.
I think my male bravado or my island took over, and I wanted to be like, you know what, let me fall back and let me come back and be like, aha, look at me. And that don't really work. Cool though.
But if you gonna do that, like so I'm saying, you can't say I got a woman who's making 100,000 and she do that, and then I can't do it, but then I just go date this kind of woman because I don't want to even push myself,
stretch myself. Yeah, no, hell no.
Say, I can be that guy, but I don't want to do the work and really the sacrifice and tenacity to say, I do really want this kind of woman, but I ain't there yet. So let me become this guy to get that kind of woman rather than just settling for what want me. Because everybody on this show, it's a woman who wants you in every stage of your life. Every stage of your life is going to be a woman who wants you. You got to say, is that the stage you want to stay at to attract those women? That's the key to men like that. If you want a better woman, be a better man. That's just how I feel. What you got, Chris? You you just
that real.
I'm finna counter Zay, man, because
come on.
I don't know. I don't particularly know the woman that he's talking about. I got a guess of who I think the woman is talking about, and she will remain nameless. But I think that woman, I think it's one or two things, maybe both. But I think that that woman gave him a challenge of not giving it up to him, and maybe, just maybe, when he conquered that, it maybe lost some of the intensity and fire to continue to keep going. I don't know. I'm just saying. My second thing is I think that Zay has a unique relationship with his mom. And I think that woman it probably got him scared because that woman was trying to fill that void, that position. And I don't know if he ever let a woman fill that position for him. And I think at some point, that's something that he's going to have to let go. That his unique relationship with his mom, and let a woman come in and give all that energy to him. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but that's what I think.
I like your speculation. Go ahead, Har.
I was going to say a lot of movies are based on what Chris is describing, but it still comes back down to a choice. All right, that person can come in and want to attempt that, but it takes a choice and also takes cooperation. If Zay not ready to move from that spot of alleged what you're saying, he ain't gonna move.
But Zay, you got to think. But Zay already had the daddy issues of abandonment, and his mama always been there. So you asked a lot of a man to just say, well, I'm gonna just let that go when my situation with my dad is a huge abandonment issue.
But guess what though, Chris? What have you always seen me do? That has never held me back. I love my mama dearly, but at the end of the day, I understand that my mama's never gonna do for me the things that a woman that I love is gonna do for me. I love her dearly. You feel me? I'm gonna make sure she's her order, but I'm gonna branch off and I'm gonna see what's going on. But to your avail, it's not who you thinking. Because remember, I said it's two. One that's a lesson. And then the other one though was I can understand. I can honestly say I was a coward in that because I evoked everything inside of that woman as far as a loving potential. And then when I saw what she brought to the table, I went, oh shit. And I got afraid. You feel me? And which made me want to do better. And you know what I'm saying, progress.
Oh well, you couldn't.
So that I could probably because of male bravado. I'm gonna be honest to you. Yeah, it's probably male bravado. But what I wanted to do was be able to say, I see you and I raise you, or you know what I'm saying, this is what I'm coming to the table with. And it looks like
you was in the streets. You couldn't devote all that type of love, energy, and time. You was in the streets.
But most guys, but I'm just speaking for most guys. Right, but I'm saying most guys don't even think to the capacity that we thinking of. They just like, oh, I ain't on my shit and da. And I fell for that trap, but it's not about that because just like Hardy said, you can meet a woman and she can speak life into you and she can start off here and you can start off there and you shoot past her. And you know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter. And it doesn't even matter if you never shoot past her. As long as you give 100% of what you got, most women are willing to take that and be all right. Y'all just meet them so that y'all can suffice for y'all family and it doesn't become a pissing contest between the two of you.
Go ahead.
So that you guys can be great.
Well, I want to say this. First of all, you got to identify. First step is seeing a problem, identifying it, right? So, at what age do we tap into our emotional intelligence, right? I lost my train of thought because in that situation, we all know a person that will never date somebody on his level or above because he, for his self-serving purposes, will date somebody underneath him because one, they're not going to require much of him, and two, it makes him feel like he's way more accomplished, and he actually dates him but treats him like crap. You know what I mean? So it's actually him being a coward in the sense where I don't want somebody that's going to challenge me. I don't want somebody that's going to make me grow. I got my own pace and I got my own. I might know my shortfalls, but I'm not going to date anybody that's going to serve as a mirror to what I might need to work on. So that's a real scenario. So I don't know how that plays into our conversation, but I do want to highlight that happens a lot with men, not having the courage to want better, or no, just not wanting to do better. Like I just don't have it in me to be the man I need to be to, attract said stuff.
I'm seeing what it takes. I agree, because courage means that you actually looked at it and said, "Wow, this is gonna take a lot. This is gonna take a lot for me to get to that." And I always talk about sacrifice. I don't think you can transition from a boy to a man without having a sacrificial purity in your life. Well, like you step away from a lot of the wants, the excitements, or the happiness, or the things that when they say that goes back into when the Bible said, when I was a boy, I thought as a boy, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. See, a lot of people think you're talking about intangible, but I'm talking about thoughts, like the same stuff that made me I was party hardy. I wanted to get drunk as hell. I wanted to get as many women. I wanted to hang out. I wanted to go out every night. I wanted to do that every night because that's what I wanted to do. Until I start saying, like, bro, there's no way I can go cold turkey. So I have to start transitioning. But I really got to say, stop. I can't wait till I meet somebody and then say, hey, while I'm beginning this whole big old transformation, just stay by me and just stick with me. Because who knows how long this is going to take. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's fair, and I don't think
put PJ comment up.
You should do that. And I think that was what I was talking about, is why I stepped back. Like, hey, you know what? If you willing to do that, cool. But if not, you know what I'm saying? I totally understand, and it's not your fault. It'll be mine. You gotta own that. You know what I'm saying? Because you weren't ready.
Turn your mic on. You are a professional.
Every time.
What PJ is talking about is a comfort zone. What I just talked about. Nothing grows from your comfort zone. You know what I mean? It's almost like that rest haven where I'm just gonna take I know what it takes, but right now I just need a time to recoup. I don't want to be attached to anything. And that's what PJ is saying is very true. But you ain't gonna get nowhere. And if you don't sometimes you won't be in position to receive what was meant for you.
I think a lot of times you gotta worry about
a lot of times. I'm agree with
I talked about this on the last show about admiration. Like sometimes women have you thinking that you way better than what you is, or you're on a whole different level than what you are. Because see, like a lot of times women, like what they pointed to, don't know what they want, or they don't know, or they got daddy issues, or they looking for fulfillment, or you're their badge of honor. Like they see you look nice, you charismatic, you do this, you got the shine. So they're like, shit, if I can get him, that mean they know you knocking out a lot of women. They probably feel like if I can get him, that mean I'm worthy. And then a lot of times they'll treat somebody who is undeserving of their time like a king. And then they'll perpetuate a wrong stereotype in his head. Like, I've made it. Like these kind of women treat me like this. So I must be this kind of man. When you haven't just walked by the mirror lately. And I'm talking from personal experience. I was dating a lot of women who would treat me like a king at the point of my life when I was a peasant. Because of my interactions with women. So a lot of women was like, I ain't have shit. I ain't have a pot to piss in. I was not emotionally intelligent. I didn't know how to date women. I was still tied up in old relationships. I had a lot of drama but in their eyes, because I could put on a nice suit, I could talk in eloquent situations, I could go here and all that kind of stuff like that. King this and you this, and they were facilitating a monster and inhibiting me from growing. Go ahead,
Mario, that is 99% true, but that 1% is one thing that is crippling for a woman. A phenomenal penis would knock out all the sense inside a woman. So listen, they're gonna call you king.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get a car,
Thank
you get houses.
Thank you. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Hey, if you was a meat slinger, you would never be homeless. So she calling you king. You eating up all the Lunchables. Listen, I'm sorry. That is all true, Mario.
But what are you
really gaining, though?
That's why you can't bite it out. Like, because what happens is she'll meet another dude with everything she telling you are, and who's slanging like that, and then now you done been with her. It's the reverse. Now you done been with her for 5 or 10 years, and she done got all these accolades and done built herself up, and then now she meet her equal who got that pipe, and now you back out here just
damaging other females because you're still stuck on a high.
Yeah.
And then now you're expecting other women to treat you as she's treat you, but they don't. But that causes the issue. That's what's happening.
No. I got beat like a pinata last week. I don't know who you been talking to, Zay.
A lot of people.
On your shit. Listen, we having a conversation on here, and I don't know, but I keep saying I feel like he's
gonna bring you up on charges.
Bro, I feel like he's simping again because you're talking like Steve Harvey.
I'm telling the truth.
Steve Harvey.
I'm saying, me and my brother Mario on one page with
no, the fuck out. Let me change that.
100%. You can do what you want to do. You can do what you want to do. You can do what you want to do. But man, to that potential list, and he does not fulfill it, and then she's steady knocking out accolades, and like Mario said, she meets her equal with the penis power. What do you think he does to every woman he comes in contact with after that, because of what she built up inside of him?
So let me tell you this. So right now, so do you have the power? Guy, what you're saying is great content. It is, and it is true. So I can't deny that. But I'm saying this. So right now, when do you say? Because me and Chris had this conversation. I forgot his point and I don't want to misquote him. But I'm saying this. So what happened when you know that it's going to take you? Do you have that conversation like, I'm a long way away from my goal? Like, say this woman been riding with you. Do you say, hey, you're going to be riding for a lot longer because I'm a long way away from my goal? Or do you just stick it out and keep guessing?
Well, I lead with it.
No, I'm saying, do you lead with it in? Because that's what I'm saying. We all are men. So we can cut the shit. I can lead with something and ease it into it. Or I can say, baby, look you straight in your eye. Like, I can say, I'm sorry. Then I can say, I was less than a man. You know, I didn't handle you right. I can really say I'm sorry. I can atone for to ask for forgiveness. Or I can just say I'm sorry. So you can lead with it, say, yeah, right now I'm working on myself. The cliche shit that most people say. Or you can say, I'm in real construction mode right now. And I'm letting you know, when you get on this journey with me, I don't know how long it's going to take you. So if you got any kind of timeline, if you got any kind of want in yourself, if you farther along on this journey than me, and you feel like it's going to be a hindrance, I'm going to be a hindrance in any kind of way or holding you back. And I suggest you get off right now before we catch feelings for each other and it'll be harder to walk away. I'm saying, you having those looking in your eye, hard conversations saying, bro, I'm really not shit to a bitch soul right now. Are you doing that? Because that's when you drop your balls and your nuts and see where you at.
Honestly, I think that I have. I mean, me and you have had this conversation and people probably weren't privy to it, where I'd be like, shit, this ain't what you want. And you like, nah, Zay, I don't think that what you're saying is accurate. You just feel like you're not. What happened?
I said, you keep on getting this Decepticon. You want to be lying tonight.
Well, I appreciate you for letting me know, because I didn't know. You guys were still coming through Christmas.
We trying to play it off tonight.
Oh, damn. Oh, okay. But damn, no, I was just saying that we had this conversation before, me and you, Mario, where I said, this ain't what you want. And you said, nah, bro, I don't believe that. I believe you are what a woman want. You understand what I'm saying? It's just probably not right now. So, which conversation, like, look, I have a lot of issues that I'm trying to work through. If you're willing to ride, okay, cool. You feel me? I am emotionally intelligent enough to recognize that I have some shortcomings, and I'm willing to even address them and work with them with you. I don't know if it'll be overnight. So, like you said, if you put in a timetable on it, yeah, I can't go for that, and then maybe you better do the best thing for you.
Let me tell you, the hardest thing was in my life. I told Chris about this when he was asking me what was the step. It was one of my steps. I think me and Horace talked about this too, about when me and him was talking about his divorce, about steps. And I said, when I started talking to women like that, because I felt like I was dating intelligent women, they started looking at their worth and then start saying, I believe you, Mario, and I'm gonna have to swing back around. And that was a lonely ass part of my life. Me and Chris were just talking about that. I like, see, what happened is when you shift to another level and your friends don't become your friends no more because you don't have time to hang no more. When you're not chasing women out here, and I don't have time to give myself to you because I got to really 100% work on me for the person who I need to be to get to the person who I want. So when you go through that right there, a lot of people dug and dodged that and always keep one on the side because that's a lonely ass time going to hang out with the fellas, coming back to the house, wacky Wednesday. Going to the club, wacky Wednesday. Going to on trips in the hotel, wacky Wednesday. See, that's
rough.
That's hard truth.
That's the hard truth.
But hey, listen.
I talked about this in Antigua, and I was like, bro, like, what you got to understand is it got to be a you thing. It can't be a situational thing. Like this, because nobody wins at the end but you. So it's not about it, because you can give yourself a little bit to her because she want the D, but then you sacrificing you and your commitment to yourself in prolonging your greatness.
Greatness, yeah.
But see, I don't know, man. I think that we're treating women like they're fragile creatures or something like that, and it's not the case. Like,
I think it is.
You have to learn. I don't think so. I totally disagree. And look, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm lying. I agree with y'all secretly, but what I hear publicly from them, I go by what they say. But I secretly agree with y'all. Just don't tell nobody. But so when I hear what they say, I say no. I'm not treating you like you're fragile. You look. At the end of the day, I don't believe that you can learn how to be better in a relationship without being in a relationship or without being some semblance of a relationship. So yes, some people are going to get hurt. It's going to happen. But just like you have the ability to leave, I have the ability to leave. And that's a lesson in that. It's a lesson in learning how to leave. So without these poor relationships, without these toxic relationships, it doesn't even teach you for A, what you want, what you don't want, I say, and B, how to leave them. So no, I'm not going to just give you a break. Look, if you get with me, it might be a bumpy road. It might be a roller coaster. You're gonna have to get off when you need to. Right. I'm not gonna tell you what to get off, and I'm not gonna give you a blueprint to rock away from me at first, because I need this too. You could be the one that makes me see the light, or you may not be. But
so you don't think you're a coach? Not to cut you off, you're a coach. Mm-hmm. Right now, you can't come to varsity practice and say, "Hey, I need to practice now." At varsity practice, not practice by myself at the gym shooting 100 jump shots, not dribbling the ball. No, I'm gonna show up at varsity practice and don't know nothing about basketball and say, "Hey, I need to run with y'all big guys because I can't get better if I don't have game time action. So put me in the game, coach. I know nothing about this. Just throw me in the game, coach. And I haven't did no work. I haven't practiced, because what you're saying is the practice you want is in the game practice, but that's not logical to the world. Like you don't get hired on the job and say, most jobs don't give on the job training and pay you like it. They don't. You have to have some sort of ability before you even get to the door to say, I might not know everything, but I'm least qualified to be here. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. You have to be at least qualified to enter to the game. You might not be the best player. Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, don't lie on your application. But if someone tends to hire you, then fake it until you make it. But you don't lie on your application. I'm not telling you to get with a woman and say, I'm totally healed, I'm totally together and all that. But I don't think that you should not sell yourself too in the same fashion.
Well, do you think doctors should fake it till they make it?
I think that it's called practice medicine.
No, I'm saying a doctor. No, I'm saying use the same scenario. Do you think if I could say I was a doctor in Maryland and I know I can go be a doctor at a hospital and get $200,000, do you think I should fake it till I make it? Because a life is at stake, right? So when you're talking about love, I might break your heart so much to like that's the equivalent to that, because you could die from this. You could. Depression is at all time. People are killing. I know personal niggas who have killed themselves over love, over broken hearts. Like die.
Well, then we really sad part about that. Conversation with the women too, because this is always a one-sided thing.
Well, I only can talk. On my end.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I totally understand. Yeah. But again, you're not going to get that same understanding. You're not going to get that same true honesty.
I tell my wife that all the time, Chris. They don't hold each other accountable. But that's why we were born with the dick and the balls, because we're the leaders. That's why. Because you have something special, bro. I don't see a lot of people think. That's why you don't hear me say equal. I think too much is given, much is expected. We're blessed. Like, it's a lot of stuff that we can do in life better, so we are required more.
Yeah, I don't use equal. I use balance. I always use the word balance.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I think that right now a man is required to do a little more because we get a little more. Like I believe we get more of the blessing, like the responsibility is on us, but we get the higher payout though at the end of the day. Like we gonna have a child and don't have to go through birth.
Good. That's good.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like really, most likely in the traditional home, our responsibilities are lesser in the house, but we're gonna have to work. But now women work. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we have to not go to sleep and then they go, we don't have to take we got to put on the condom. They got to take stuff in their body. I'm just saying I ain't going down the line, but I'm just saying I love being a man. I could pee in the park. I don't have to worry about it's so many other upsides to life I got. So with all those upsides we got to have a little more responsibility. And I think a little bit of it is just like with Cupcake, it's responsibility. Because think about this. Look at all the way you done just raised this beautiful daughter, cuddled her, loved her as a man. Now you're gonna tell her to go into the world, and a man you gotta meet him with what he meeting you with. When her daddy have just showed her a man has me, a man loves me, a man is patient with me. A man, you showed her all this about a man, so she's gonna be looking for that in the world.
Well, I never expect a woman to have as much as me. I'm not one of them people that say, I want a woman that don't need me, because I believe like if you can't be used, you're useless. So I never talk that talk. I never talk that talk. I would rather a woman that needs me, because I've always said I need a woman.
Right.
In every aspect of my life, and every woman that meets me tells me that's the first thing they say. Boy, you need a girlfriend. You need a wife. So I understand that. And I want to be needed the same way, because I have no problem with telling women, I do need you for everything. So I never want to raise my daughter to say that you don't need no man or you got to bring extra to him. You just got to balance. You just have to be balanced with him. You just got to bring the things that he needs to you, because everybody, just like what Mia said in the message, not every woman needs financial. Some women need more leadership and more understanding and more direction and more assertiveness. So I'm saying I would tell my daughter to bring balance more than trying to match what he has.
Because you and your daughter life. But what about when you meet the woman who didn't have a Chris as a daddy? Mm-hmm. See, it's easy for me to say that because she probably did what you did. Been through other relationships to learn this. I'm saying Kylie gonna walk into the world knowing this because she's tangibly seen her daddy do it. Yeah. But most women don't have that kind of training.
Well, see, that's the thing. I always tell, like, even when I talk to women and everything like that, I tell them, you got to look at a person's actions. Check their receipts. What have they done? How are they with their mother? How are they with their uncle? I mean, with their niece or nephew. Right. You're dating. If you're dating guys and you don't see him interacting with his child like that, then you're picking the wrong guy. If you're dating guys that you don't see open random doors for women, or just different little things, you should see these things. So if your dad is showing you this type of behavior, then that's what you look for. Too often we're judged from our wallet and as a utility. But I think that for me personally, the education that I'm going to give my daughter is just look at the way he lives his life. Well, no man is perfect.
You know what? What you're saying, Chris, is what a woman said to me the other day after she watched the show. She's like, so many women are living in survival mode. And they don't know what you're talking about. Because a lot of women look for men for their wallet first because they've been broke. They seen their mama struggling. They seen it. So it's not like they don't know how to let themselves be loved or even know how to come out to be vulnerable and be feminine because they in survival mode. Like, if I don't get this, I'm going to do bad. They've been hearing those ideologies. I could do bad by myself. I could do this. I could do that. Dog, that's the curse of the black woman right there, dog. Mm-hmm. That strong black woman shit. Because no other women, I talk to a lot of other women, no other women just portrays to have to want to know it all, I have it all. But it's survival mode, bro. Just like right now, as men, they're going to corporate America, I had to learn. Bro, I was in like jungle mode from growing up in the hood. I had to not take stuff so personal. Understand it's just business. Like we've been trained and cultivated as a culture, fucked up.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's survival mode. I think because survival is food and shelter. But I think that's happening is you want extra mode. You want the shit that you see on TV. You want the shit that you see that your homegirl got. It ain't survival mode. What
Chris.
the basic man can provide that for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think.
I think the average person don't want the basic shit in life.
Yeah,
you're right.
Like
You're right.
right now, you would say I'm not complete where I want to be, but then you survive.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
but I also take appreciation of the smallest of things, though. I take the appreciation of the smallest of things. Just like Zay just came from Antigua. I love to see him there, but I say I would sacrifice going on trips to get certain things because I take pride in just being able to have me a steak dinner.
Chris.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
You got to realize, because most individuals are materialistic and they want to look like they, you know, kicking ass and taking names. So that's survival mode because they want to do what the others are doing to make it look like I'm on top. They don't want to do the work side of it like you're talking about. That's the survival mode Mario talking about.
But I'm saying steaks might be there too. I'm saying like right now, do you understand? Like ramen noodles is survival mode. I'm saying like going up to Antigua, buying a Polo, buying Louis, all that is different levels of materialistic shit. That'd be realistic. You know what I'm saying? One thing about going to islands and show you that is 95% of stuff we need in America, we don't need. We need. Like right now, we hear it, not to use Tootie as but I'm saying he always say, I'll be good when I get another house. It's 3 families staying in houses in some countries and they happy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's my point of like right now, you feel like I'm always not understand. Like once you get to a certain level of money, it's a lot more pressure too. Because you like, man, I can lose this. Like I can lose this house and Mario not have nowhere to grow up in. Then he have to grow back up like me. Like that's surviving. Like right now, how I'm living right now. So I'm nervous that I've got my son out. From right now, the trajectory we're going on, he won't live nothing like me. But every day I'm fighting to make sure I don't fuck up and he slipped back down and then he grew up fucked up. And I'm like, here we go again. Now you got to fight out. Now you got to walk out the door and see cuz who cool with you, give you that nick.
Chris,
absolutely.
That's called broke at a higher level. You know what I'm saying? Because you have more income coming in, you have more bills coming out. You still have the same things that other, you know, people at a lower income level are facing.
No, I don't got no bills now. My wife budget good.
You just have
I ain't talking about money management because I'm saying we spend less. Like to the bottom of our means. Yeah. I'm talking about the fear of actually regressing. Like she lose her job, I lose my job. We invest in something, they go build up. Boom, I'm back. That's a fear.
Right.
Listen, I don't know what club I'm in, but I agree with Chris on a lot of stuff he said tonight in certain aspects. But I'm saying we had these conversations. I'm not just saying this one. How many people actually apply this shit? I mean, we will talk a good one. But you'll say, this is what I need to do, and this is what I'm going to do. And then the next day, the next week, you've done none of those.
No.
And like, it just blows my mind, but to each his own. And I had to get out of that place because me, like looking at other people like, bro, do this. Hey, do this, do that. And a person coming venting saying it's a problem. But some people just like problems. I don't see them.
The attention.
Nah, hard. I'm gonna have to attack what you said.
Go ahead.
You say grow up like you, and I'm gonna mimic that because I'm gonna say grow up like me. When we think about how we grow up, are we doing better now? Because I remember when I was growing up, my aunties and my uncles would all come to my grandmother's apartment with 5 of us standing there, and we would have the best time. We have Thanksgiving, Christmas, all these dinners together. That's being around my family. I remember when we was coming up, we played. We knew each other growing up because I was able to walk from 30th Street all the way to where y'all was staying at any point in time at night, at any point in time in the day. We played together. Like, is it how we growing up better because we got our kids in bigger places and buying them better stuff?
No, just more opportunities. Like this. Right now, my son, right? I look at opportunities and I look at distractions. That's how I quantify better. Opportunities and distractions. Right now, every kid gonna walk down a path. That's his path in life. On the path, we're gonna say, damn, I got these opportunities that's gonna pull me to greatness. And I got these distractions that's gonna pull me to the wayside. Right now, you never, as a young kid, when in the picture you just painted, said, I'm finna sell drugs. That was never a goal of yours. Ambition, nothing. But being around that, it became an option. I know dudes right now, the option when they get broke is to go get another job. It's never to sell drugs because that wasn't the environment they came from. That's not an option to them. That wasn't even something they can relate to. They didn't know who to go call or who to teach. They didn't have those guys. They had, hey, you better go get another job. You better go do DoorDash. With the stuff we're on now, they knew that then. So to me, if I could stop my son from having the option to say, shit, fuck that, I'm gonna go get me a pack, then that's my job as a father. If I could say, you don't have to worry about, all you really have to do is go to school and do right, and I can facilitate the stuff that make you don't want to go to the streets. Like, so you don't have to say, damn, I need a car. My mama came by and I gotta hustle up a little something on the side because I can buy you a car. Facilitate those grades and get in the car, or entrepreneurship. Go gamble this money. I can give you an allowance for cutting the grass. Like that kind of stuff right there, that's better because I'm giving you better opportunities in life. And not only that, I can give you exposure. I can actually afford to fly you to Uncle Chris. And then you experience Orlando. I drove my car to you. My mama just didn't know. I just took a risk in life. I'm saying I can facilitate it. I can call you, plan something out, and say, hey, go see your Uncle Horace. Horace gonna take you to Bahama. I can do all that. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's better because exposure leads to expansion.
And I get you, and I totally get you. But I also want to say that the times that we spent surviving together, hustling together, it gave us a trust in each other. Right. Now I know I can trust you.
We made lemonade out of lemons. You're
right.
But what if somebody? But what if all of us right now had went to Orlando Christian Academy and you was a lawyer, doctor, and now we take family trips to Bermuda, Hawaii, and we still see each other 3 times a year because we can pay for that. Because we can actually do that. What happened if right now if your wife would say, you know what, we're gonna go on a girl trip and we facilitate that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, it's life. What we had, you right. We found a way to make it. That's what strong people who make out the hood did. But we can be better. We can be, and then right now, Kylie is gonna worry about 90% of the stuff that Toya had to worry about. Yeah. She's better. I ain't trying to be fun. Just you walking her to school every morning. You facilitated better. Now you're right. We was in survival mode then. My auntie Sharon was helping my mom out because my mama couldn't afford to do it by herself. My Uncle Billy came through. That's survival mode. That's what the black. That's what the black
family though, dog. That's what I missed.
But you can do that now. You just gotta make, instead of going to Antigua, I gotta say, like right now, you know this, and we going over. You know this. I used to tell myself this: I'm going to Vegas 2 times a year. I'm going to one island a year, and I'm going somewhere in the world. Then I start saying, what you said. I'm gonna have to sacrifice some of this stuff because I'm gonna fly to Palm Beach at least 3 times a year, so Mario can see them. We always at Jaleesa them house. We go see her brother. I'm saying you can facilitate family. It might not be walk around the corner, but now Mario have been to more places at the age of 2 than I had been to by the time I was 22. He's seen more stuff. He gonna be able to look back at pictures and be like, man, I was here. I was here. I was here. Go ahead.
Hey, somebody wants to oh shoot, she hung up. My baby wanted to call and tell you happy birthday, Horace. Hey, tell Mr. Horace happy birthday.
Hey, appreciate it. Put on where we can see the screen. Appreciate it so much, Miss Ratliff.
Can you hear me?
Cupcake.
Yes. I'm about to call you back. You know I'm doing the show though. Talk to you later. Love you. Hope you have a wonderful first day of school. Hope the first day fit.
Come on.
Busting, big cake, big cupcake, 8th grade, braces. You know what I'm saying? Everything gonna be good. I love you to death, but you need to go to bed now, okay? You got your first day tomorrow, okay? I'll talk to you later. Love you.
Big cupcake.
Well, we can go
sorry about that.
No. We could go on and on. That was the intervention from the Lord because you know how this is. I don't want to have a 2-hour show, and I know Horace want to enjoy the rest of his birthday. But before we close it down, I want to say you were saying better. How old is Cupcake?
13.
She got braces, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I did when I was 28. Go ahead, Horace. What you got to say?
Way to put it in perspective.
Right.
No, listen, I enjoyed the show because I didn't have to speak much tonight at all. Last week, I was the victim of a vicious verbal attack, and I am, resting my wounds right now. But tonight, man, I just want to say with these conversations, the best part of these conversations are the fact that Mario wasn't here last week, but he watched it, right? So even during the week when we segment these clips, you do get a chance to reflect on yourself from a viewer position. The stuff that we go through this show and they don't have time to rehearse. It's live. But you watch it in reverse, it's like you're talking to yourself. You can see some things from other people's lens. So just keep that in mind this week when you guys are watching the show.
Appreciate it, man. Happy birthday again. And go get drunk tonight and remember.
No, I should not do that, Mario, you heathens.
Yeah, I second the drunkenness tonight. You know what I'm saying? What you got, Zay?
No, I was gonna say, man, we took it easy on you tonight, Horace. We beat you up last week, so we gave you the night off tonight. But enjoy your birthday, man, and hope y'all enjoy the show. What you got, Chris?
Antigua Zay.
Yes, sir.
You ever heard about Dre Day? Oh, Zay Day is coming. Do know this. I've been containing myself. Oh, it's coming.
That's all right.
Zay Day is coming.
One thing I learned from my brother Mario: when you the head, you should be accepting all formidable challenges. It's inevitable.
I'm going to run through that wall behind you.
Bring it. You'll be surprised. You might get hit in the nuts. But all right.
Okay, man. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in another Monday night. We wouldn't be nowhere without you. Well, we probably would, but we're just glad you come along. Horace, man, I want to say happy birthday, my brother. I want to tell you to continue to be forward thinking, because we're following. Continue to stand tall, because your shadow protects us, dog. Just continue to lead. Continue to be a visionary, my brother. I just want to tell you I love you, dog. And I want to tell you that dog, I appreciate every ounce of care that you give. Because men don't care like that, dog. Like they just don't. You have a come in the house, sit on the couch, lay on the couch. You can sleep here. You can here go a key. Come in here anytime you want. Here goes some food. I'll cook it for you. You have that in you, dog, and that's really, really hard to find. Me and Hardy and Zay have a relationship, but they ain't like that with me at all. But you are totally different, dog. You have a totally different spirit, and I don't want that to change for nothing, dog. Nothing else. They ain't never cooked nothing for me, and if they did, I don't want none of that shit. But dog, I just want to tell you I love you, dog. Happy birthday.
Fuck
right
you,
behind you, dog. So, yeah, man, that's what you need. BSF clap, bro. My brother, happy birthday, my brother.
Mario, I'll say something before you close out.
Right.
What we have, guys, is special. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, my best friend. She was like, how many you got? And I said, she's like, I don't even think I have a best friend. But I tell anybody, the stuff we went through is movie material. I mean, the stories are endless, man, from Orlando to Palm Beach to Tampa to Atlanta. I really appreciate you guys as much as I want to choke you sometime. I honestly say y'all have brought out the greatness in me. If there's anything in there, I honestly say when I don't want to stretch, y'all made me stretch. And just being there, man, to allow me to be vulnerable, allow me to share my most candid moments, me talking about whether it's depression, me talking about divorce, whether me talking about the plans I have for y'all. I just thank y'all for us not sticking to traditional stigmas about what men can't do. We've always showed we do what the fuck we want to do in life. Yeah. All them toxic traits that we've been taught, we bringing a new blueprint to the world. And I told you guys, I'll make all y'all millionaires, and that's a promise to me.
And I promise you to continue to be a pain in your ass, my brother.
So I'm not gonna let Chris get away with that. You know, we all love you. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we got some hellified stories all the way from beating a murder charge on foot. The great escape. You know what I'm saying?
Murder.
But you know what I'm saying, we definitely appreciate you. So if we didn't tell you that personally, we definitely gonna say that publicly because that's how we definitely feel. So again, we appreciate y'all for coming in. Horace, it's your birthday. I got a round of root beer for you. I know you're not really an alcohol man. You know
we
Are we gonna order them something on list crawlers?
No, we ain't.
No.
Hey, Amazon card.
I don't know nothing about it.
Okay.
Amazon card, man. I'm still interior decorating.
Sounded very versed.
I think what Chris said is a very, very, very special because it's the truth. Because if it was one person always did that, you know what I'm saying? It's probably like this is probably the first time when he showed me, he was so excited. He like, yeah, man, as soon as he picked me up from the airport. And that's always how it's been. I remember when he got his car, hey man, come check this out. Man, take it around the corner. We had the Honda in the bank. I was like, man, I'm just going around the corner. I'm young and I bought me an Acura. I'm like, man, I'm gonna put me some bang in there like two of them, put me some rims. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at every level. I remember when he got his first apartment, I was like, man, this is some nice, you know what I'm saying? I must say though, this is the first apartment I didn't christen. And I felt good, man, because he cussed me out all over the years because I am the butt naked man.
Hey, I tried.
Hard.
Hey, that's the first time he was checking on me, like, you all right? And normally he'd be like, God damn it, So I must say though, man, you're right. He's been accommodated with all our lives. You know what I'm saying? He always, I can remember I've been in some rough spots, man, like hot-headed, Hardy. Man, he done came and get in the car, man. What's wrong? You finna throw your life away. You know what I'm saying? Some real shit. And then I can think of a couple times, like, especially one in particular, like, his conversation probably stopped me from doing a lot of time, man. A lot of time. Like, to the point he interceded, and I was mad at him. But as I look back, I would have never became the person who I am today if it wasn't for that him stepping in on that conversation. Because at that point in time, it was two people who he knew who was on a collision course, and both of us didn't give a damn. And I appreciate, because you said he gave a damn about all of us. Like, he gave a damn. Even the dude who I was, he like, bro, y'all gonna destroy each other, man. Like, y'all gotta stop. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate, like you said, and that's what's missing. That's why even when he ran for office, and I always say that we should have did more. I must say me. I would put me in, because Rivera Beach really need people like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be so happy when he get around politics, because we understand that's his calling. We understand that's what he do, whether it's behind the scenes or in front of the scenes. He's a people. That's what he do. He's a fixer. So it be so happy. Like he was telling me the story today. Like he can't run from it. And I'm here to tell you that though. You know what I'm saying? We with you this time. So when you run again, I'm gonna save up my vacation time and we coming down there. I'm gonna fucking pick it like I'm goddamn Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna be in the middle of the street with you this time, my brother, because I know you're gonna have one more round, bro. We're gonna be here for you, man. We salute you and happy birthday. And we thank you everybody for coming out and celebrating our happy birthday show.
Hey, Hardy, I thought you were talking about that 300 ZX when you first started talking about that goddamn car, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
We're gonna talk about the ice lights on the bubble though.
Ooh. They don't want no problems. They don't want no problems with that bubble. But I will give you this though, Tudor. You did set me on fire. You said one prolific sentence to me that I love to this day. You said, "Zay, what's the sense of having all that money if you never enjoy it?" And then after that, I just started going on trips. Fuck that shit, man.
Oh, she got that in mind.
Hey, listen, man, you were the catalyst to that. I just want you to know.
You broke the damn key this back, but I tell you now. God, he energized bunny now. He keep going.
And I go back in time.
For real though, we appreciate you, man.
But for real, bro.
Yeah, we understand a lot of your intersections and interceding was God given. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, man. And I must say though, you one person who everywhere I've stayed, you came. That's for sure. You moved out, me. I'm coming, man. You like everywhere I've stayed, you brought your ass. I appreciate that. And I hung out. So anything else y'all got, man, before we let Tootie go get his drink his life away, was they? All right, man. We appreciate y'all. Have a good next day, first day of school cupcake. And we're gonna see y'all next Monday.